So we are going to study about NumPy arrays. Okay, so first of all, why do we use NumPy for data science or machine learning tasks? So first of all, I'll start with the introduction of NumPy. So NumPy is a Python library used for working with arrays. So 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 in data science, of course, we work with data, and we get data from different sources. Like we get data from some databases or from cloud or from any web API. Okay, now of course in data it's not just about one dimension, it's about you get different data as variables or columns. Okay, now you are going to work with nearly millions of data points. Okay, and in the end, whatever data you get, you are going to convert it into a list or an array. And NumPy is one of the best library to deal with arrays and write any type of code, or do any kind of manipulation with the array or a list. Okay, so if I tell you, NumPy of course stands for numerical Python. So why should we use NumPy? Okay, so in Python we know that we have list, event tuples or sets or dictionaries, but they are traditionally slow in process. Okay, dictionary is something which is fast, but most of the time we use list. Okay, and NumPy aims to provide an array object that is up to 50x faster than traditional Python list. So just understand this: when you're working on millions of data points and you are writing a piece of code, or you're writing some 10 lines of code or something, or a function, and if you're using NumPy in that, and suppose you're writing another piece of code with list, the time taken by your NumPy code will be much faster than that, and that's what is needed in real life, I would say real projects. Okay, even you are doing your own project or you're working for a company, it is recommended to use NumPy because it gives you more faster computation. Okay, now the array. So we have a nomenclature to the array object NumPy, which is called NdArray, and it provides a lot of supporting functions that make working with NdArray very easy. So the things which we can do with traditional Python is the same thing we can replicate in NumPy with, of course, different syntaxes, but it will be more faster and more easy to do. Okay, so of course, now let's see the theory side of why NumPy is faster than list. So NumPy arrays are stored at one continuous place in memory, unlike lists, so processes can access and manipulate them very efficiently. So you know about cache, so it just works in similar manner. Now let's start. So of course the library is NumPy, and we traditionally give NumPy an alias which is NP. So now if we want to, so this is the starting point. If we want to create a simple array, okay, now you can see this is a list. Okay, now we can just add an array function over it, and we'll get an NumPy array object. Okay, we can check the version of NumPy in this manner. So you download NumPy, or you use something, you do pip install NumPy, or you kind of download NumPy from something, and you can check the version, that whether you're using the latest version or not, because the version will keep on changing from like months to months. Okay, the first part which we are going to study about NumPy is how can we create arrays in NumPy. Okay, so the first thing is to use an array function which NumPy gives you. So we can see that, okay, we are printing the array, we can printing the type, and you can see the type is NdArray. Okay, now of course, so what is this type is? So this is basically a built-in Python function which tells you the type of object passed to it. So this is a traditional Python function which tells you that whatever you pass here, suppose this array was a list, just a list, it would have told you that, okay, it's a list. Now of course, now we already talked about that NumPy gives, so every NumPy I would say array has this object name as NdArray, or a class name as NdArray. So Not to create an ND array, we can pass a list, of course, what we did above. We can pass a tuple or any array like object, so even set will work. So automatically it gets converted into an array. So you can see over here, so I'm passing a tuple this time, and see, I'm getting an array. So now let's start something about, okay, now I was telling you that we are going to work with a lot of variables. Okay, now at that point of time, it is not just we are going to deal with 1D array or 0D array. Okay, there are something more to that. Okay, so you can see I just want to create just one number. Okay, so of course in list we don't even need to define a list for this. Like traditionally we can just give a variable name array and is equal to 42 and get that variable as 42. So suppose we want to create an ND array of 0D array. Okay, 0 dimensions basically. So we can just do like this, np array 42. Suppose we want to do an 1D array, which is basically a list, we can do like this. And suppose we want to do a 2D array, so in that case you can see that this is very tricky here, that you are passing a list. Okay, then you're doing a comma and you are passing another list. Okay, now and you have, and these two elements are stored in one list, so it can be considered as list of list, and this is basically 2D arrays. Now suppose we want to see the 3D arrays, so this is the first object, then another we have, and it is inside this. Now I can do this, I can see similar thing like this. Now these two elements, one element and this element, are inside one. This is like list of list of list. So a simple way to identify a 3D array or any ND array is you can count the number of square brackets over here, 3. So it's basically 3D array. So you can basically classify it. These two are inside one object. These two are inside one object. So like this you can identify. It's easy. Now of course we want to check the dimensions of all these array. This will make you clear difference between 1D array, 2D arrays or 3D arrays. So I'm checking the dimension. So this is something inbuilt which can tell you the dimensions. So this is, of course, this has just no element, just a simple element given, so it will have dimension as 0. For this it will have dimension as 1. For this it will have dimension as 2. For this it will have dimension as 3. So you can just simply count the brackets and it will give you the dimensions. Now how we do indexing in NumPy? So it works in a similar manner what we do in list, and of course in Python list it always starts from 0. So here if I want to access the first element, I have to just pass array 0. Even if I want to access the second element, I just need to pass array 1. Now if I want to kind of add third and fourth, I can do it very simply. Okay, now how can we access 2D array? Again the concepts of 2D and 3D is coming everywhere. Okay, and this will make you more clear about how you can deal with 2D arrays, 3D arrays, even 4D arrays. So here what you have to do is that the question is asking that access the second element of the first dimensions. So you remembered here when we were checking the dimensions, so this has 2 dimensions. Okay, so this is, so you can see this is the first element, this is the second element. Now here if you come, it's asking you access the second element of the first dimension. So this is the first dimensions. Okay, so how can you access the first? By 0. And how can you access the second element of the first dimension? It's 1. So it is working the same manner. Now if I want to access the fifth element on second dimensions, so I know okay, this is the second dimension. Okay, now what is the fifth element? This one. So I just need to do array 1 of 4. So how can we access a 3D array? So we need to access the third element of the second array of the first array. Okay, so if they're telling you first array, so this is like a first array and this is like a second array. So this is the first array. If I assume this first array, this is the first array. Now I want to access the second array of the first array. So this is basically this one is the second array of the first array, and I need to access the third element, so I need to access the 6. So what I did, first array is access array 0, then second array is array 1, then third element is 2. Now of course this is where of course negative indexing, so here again we can get the last element of a list by doing -1. Same thing we are doing here. Now again coming to the fact about how can we slice. So of course we were doing the same kind of things over here by accessing element from indexing. The same thing we replicated here but in a different manner, which is NumPy array slicing. Okay, so somebody told you to access index 1 to 5, so you can do in a similar manner how it works in list. Somebody told you to slice element from index 4 to the end, so you can use this colon over here. Now somebody slice elements from the beginning to the index x, you can do in a similar manner. You can even write 0 over here. Now somebody tells you to do negative slicing, of course you can do in this manner. Same thing, it works like a list. Now of course we have given an external option of step. Suppose you want to access every odd index, so you can do like this, 1 is to 5, so and 2. So this is basically a step, so it will access, I would say, the second element and the fourth element, which is like 1, 3 and 5. 5 it cannot. Similar thing works over here. So this is a special way of return every other element from the entire array. So 1, 3, 5, 7. So how, now here comes the part, how again we can slice 2D arrays. So somebody tells you that, okay, hey, from the second element slice index 1 to 4. Same thing, do array 1, first part is done, do comma, give comma, then told you 1 to 4, so 1 is to 4. Now same thing comes here, where you have a NumPy array, from both elements return 2. So this is tricky, you do 0 to 2 and 2. So it can be a scenario that they want you to get this one, this, the third element over here and third element over here. So you can simply select 0 to 2 means this one and just select this. So just like you are selecting like rows and column, you are fixing a row, then you are selecting 2 columns. So again same here, again from both elements slice index 1 to 4, so 1 to 4 and both element. Okay.